Yeah, I suppose it's important you don't go into it with too many preempted ideas. However, obviously after the last one, we had a slightly different experience here. A lot of the other games have been probably, well, certainly relatively low scoring compared to the last one, but almost lower scoring compared to a lot of other grounds in world cricket. And to come on to probably one of the best surfaces going around, mixed in with some small boundaries, it was a fairly daunting task for both teams. But it's important going into it that we prepare for what potentially could be a high-scoring affair and work backwards from there. But it is a challenge, but one that the guys want to embrace. We want to embrace because it's the reality of it that we're going to be fronted with it tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely different because there are some fielding positions that become, I suppose, far less relevant whether they're on the ring or whether they're on the boundary, because it's a difference of a few metres. So at times you have people in positions that you go, well, it's going to beat them on the boundary anyway, so you might as well use that man somewhere else. And you kind of need to, when the wicket is as good as it is, need to remove any preempted ideas of what a T20 game is, which we saw last game where 180 is a fantastic score and someone bowls 2 for 35 and they've done a fantastic job, where, you know, if the contribution might be that a bowler goes for 45 but it's a turning point in the match, or a batsman sort of does what we saw the last game and that also is a turning point. So it is important we don't get too caught up in those sorts of mentalities, that we go into it with what we think's good and we just play what's in front of us and accept at times how the game may unfold, so it's not, I suppose, disheartening from a bowling perspective. But the wicket is the same one, like I mentioned, so it will have aged a little bit, but I'm sure it'll still be a good service.
James, how do you sort of see it?
Yeah, there's so much, I suppose, franchise cricket that I suppose allows you to get to know guys from all around the world, which is cool. That's a great thing about sport. So there are a number of friendships through these teams, but not just our two teams, but a number of teams around the world. But when it is on the park, it's a very competitive atmosphere. Yeah, once again, which is a great thing about sport. Peaceful or not, it is peaceful, but it's guys get on well, but they still play hard when it comes to getting onto the park, and I'm sure it'll be a good game again tomorrow night.